Hey man, it's your boy TMBORDENZ and welcome back to another video. Hey, and today we're reacting to ESPN Stephen A. Smith on Bronny nepotism criticism. Hey, y'all think Bronny should make the league because of his dad, or y'all think he earned it? Me personally, I think Bronny earned it. He still gotta go through training, he still gotta go through all of that. At the end of the day, it's still his dreams, it's not his father's. And you can see that there's a very active and proactive young man. Congratulations to Bronny and the James family, man. Hey, without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man.
First time we've had a two-day draft. It's the first time we are now seeing a father-son duo playing in the NBA.
Okay.
Woj, you can best contextualize this. We've
Hey, man.
never seen something like this. Bronny and LeBron James, teammates in Los Angeles.
Talked about this, Bronny James, the way he has worked, the way he has prepared himself.
Yeah.
There's never been any sense of entitlement with him. He has never carried himself that way on every.
Facts. That's extremely true, because even I remember the days that he was on what was his team? All those AAU teams. Like, you can see that he's not spoiled on the court.
School travel basketball with the U.S. team last year in the Nike Summit. Only a great teammate. Guys love playing with him, and it says so much about how he was raised, how he
Facts,
sees
man.
the game, what he learned.
Bronny is just a very humble player, man. I really respect Bronny's character. I respect him.
From not just his father, being around the NBA game, there are lots of sons and daughters of NBA players who've learned those traits. He's another one, but again, to not just be able to play with LeBron James in the NBA, but to do it while his father is still an all-NBA player.
There's
crazy, nobody
man.
left from LeBron James's draft class.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
And he's still an all-NBA player.
I think one of the important things to bring up is what, what you brought up in regards to the nepotism, because I don't want to hear it either. And I really appreciate and applaud you for bringing it up, because you hear people mumbling about that in the weeks and the days leading up to the draft. It is something that has permeated throughout the NBA for quite some time.
Hey, man, do y'all think that Bronny's going to take D'Angelo Russell's position? Or you think D'Lo is keeping a spot on the team?
Okay, and on all levels. And no one has said anything. It's never been an issue that I can remember. I've been covering the NBA for a quarter century. This man has been around just as long, if not longer. Don't talk to me about nepotism being something new. It's been here. Nobody said anything before. Shut the hell up now.
Pretty incredible.
Hey, man, Stephen A. Smith, talk your shit, my brother. He just spilled the real spill. Y'all are really picking up on it. If you know, you know. Hey, man, don't be slow. Let's get back into it.
Zero back in, though, on Bronny James, because this is monumental. It's historic. And
this is wild,
we're
bro.
going to get to see
father
Bronny
and son
James
in
on
the
the floor
NBA
for the first time in Summer League. But what are your realistic expectations as you look toward a rookie year that's going to be under a microscope like no other?
I certainly don't expect him to play.
Okay.
I expect him to be.
Yeah, that was also one of my concerns as well. Did you guys think that Bronny is gonna take all these starting guys' positions like D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves? You think he's gonna get minutes over them, or you think he's just gonna play, here and there, coming off the bench, maybe even going into G League for a little bit for some development? You never know in the NBA.
In their developmental program, whatever that entails.
Okay.
That's where he belongs, and I'll tell you why he belongs there, because even though we've already chronicled the reasons as to why that may have been the case, we only averaged less than 5 points a game. The cardiac arrest last summer, not playing in college until January. Woj brought up a very, very important point in terms of psychologically the kind of effect that could have on you. You take a deep breath, for crying out loud, you might be scared. I mean, that's an adjustment to make, and we understand that. But now that you're in the NBA and you're on this level, you shouldn't want to be out there until you're ready. And so it's one of those situations where you take them under your wing and you expose them to whatever developmental program Pelinka and JJ Redick and all of those guys are going to have in store, and you do it that way.
Hey,
Plus,
man,
like
nice.
you said, the facilities are pretty much the same, and he'll be right near his dad. And obviously his dad is an incredible teacher to learn from.
Well, if you're managing this, though, Bob, if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you have a first-year
Hey,
head
man, that's really crazy. Bronny's really playing on the same team with his dad, bro. Y'all think LeBron's going to be letting him get it in, on the road days? When Bronny's trying to go and have a little fun, y'all think Bron's going to go let him?
You are saying that you want Anthony Davis to feel emboldened on this team, but any team that LeBron James is a part of, we know what the voices in the locker room, the pecking order is there. You just drafted that said player's son into the NBA.
It's crazy, man.
How do you manage all of that?
Well, I've managed some tough stuff, but that's a different one. Look, I always did, Malika, if I saw a potential issue, I would go right at it.
Okay.
So I might sit LeBron James down and say, listen, our plan is to coach him and treat him like we would any rookie.
Right.
I assume that's good. If you have something to say about that, let's talk about it now. I assume he would say, yes, treat him like you do anybody else on this team. Don't treat him differently. I'd almost go out of my way to say that, because I assume that's what Bronny wants. He doesn't want to walk in a locker room and feel like he's getting preferential treatment as a rookie. Even him, if you're JJ, you sit down and say, listen.
Nah, that's messed up.
It might even be harder on you. Just understand that. It might not be fair.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to have anyone.
That's the thing. All these vets, man, all these old heads, you already know they be going after rookies when they first get into the NBA. So they might be salty, bro. Some of these guys, you know, Patrick Beverly, all these salty old heads, bro. They might be salty seeing Bronny come to the NBA. Like, how he has such an easier, I wouldn't say easy, but easier path to the NBA than some of these guys that had to grind it out. You feel me?
Saying that I'm taking it easy on you. You turn it over in practice, I'm going to say something to you. You do something on film, I'm going to say something to you. That's the only way it works, because as we all know, and you've been around teams, the second the rules are different for him, you might lose the other players on the team. So you have to go into this with a plan. But the plan is simple, Malika. Do the right thing. The right thing is coach him. Coach him to win. When he does something wrong, correct him. When he's out of line, which I don't expect him to be, tell him. That's all you can really do.
Bob, how much of this is a shared process between the front office and a new head coach? This is Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick and his coaching staff.
It's going to be wild, man, for the Lakers. How do you guys think the Lakers will do this season, man? They got a new coaching staff. Hey, man, they got new players. How do you think this season's going to shape up for them?
Well, I started out, when I took the job with the Warriors, there was 2 beat writers. Your sister wasn't there.
Writers?
With the Warriors, there was 2 beat writers.
Oh, beat.
Your sister wasn't there.
But it's
I think it was
Marcus
writers. Thompson and Rusty said, there's nobody. My wife said, is there going to be media? I said, no, nobody cares. It's the Warriors. And nobody did care. When I left, we had people embedded in the organization. We were covered daily. And what I found out was I had to spend so much time, as would anybody that works for the Los Angeles Lakers, every single day. And the example I used was, you walk into a bonsai tree every day and you snip it. Every single day it needs attention. It's not a cactus. So the way I did it, when you asked me, was what needs to be addressed today? Is that your body language? You're upset? Why are you upset? What's going on with you? You think you deserve more? Malika, I noticed in practice, every single day, that's how I did it. But everybody does it differently. It's just managing human beings. And it's a lot. You're managing a rock star band in Los Angeles Lakers, but everybody does it differently.
We've got all the laudables out of the way for Bronny James, right? We know you're a good kid. You know, he works hard. We wish him nothing but the best. Fine, we got that out the way, right? There's something that we haven't brought up enough.
What's that, Stephen A?
What's next season going to be like for LeBron James? Hear me out. Your son is now a member of the team.
Yep.
Regardless of how wrong we know people are going to be, they're going to be throwing nepotism in LeBron's face. They're going to be throwing, some of the teammates. Remember, Udonis Haslam said weeks ago, you're going to have people in the Laker locker room once J.J. Redick arrived, because it's not just Bronny James that's arrived. It's J.J. Redick, who you were doing a podcast with during the season that arrived.
It's LeBron's
Regardless
team.
of the fact that LeBron James had nothing to do with that or what have you,
the
bottom line is a lot of people are not going to believe that. You're going to get bombarded with questions about that. Then you're going to have people with a cynical eye in the locker room because everybody ain't happy for you. Let me tell you something. When you're that great, when you're that accomplished, jealousy and envy follow. It is the bottom line. All of those things. How is LeBron? This might be one of the more challenging seasons LeBron has had psychologically, because he might cut some people out too.
Well, and we also have to wonder, okay, playing with his son is a goal that he stated.
That's a serious take from Stephen A, man. What y'all think? Hey, man, LeBron got to step up his mental game. I think he's prepared for it, though. If anything, I feel like Players like Anthony Davis have to step up. No more sagging around. Your roster spot's at stake. You better get kicked off the team if you don't perform well. Heed this word and don't play around, Anthony Davis. Don't get back to day, Davis. And you got to be playing every day, man. Hey. Let's get back into the video.
He wanted to achieve before it was the end of his career. And so what does that look like now? I do want to go to Los Angeles now and bring in our reporter covering the Lakers.
Okay, this is a reporter from Los Angeles.
What can you tell us about how the James family found out about this and what their reaction is now that LeBron and Bronny are teammates?
Yeah, Malika, I'm told that the James family and some of their closest friends and confidants, including Rich Paul, of course, Gloria James, LeBron's mother, and Savannah's parents as well, gathered for an intimate dinner in New York City today to await what was going to happen with the second round. And when they got the call from the Lakers, LeBron James had a champagne toast to everyone there.
Wow, nice.
Less than 20 people. And sources tell me he got very emotional in considering the weight of the moment, not just the history for the NBA, the first time you have a father-son duo playing together, and not just the history for the James family being that father and son duo, but really the journey for Bronny James. You think back,
so
less
inspirational,
than a
man.
year ago, last July, where he suffered that cardiac incident. And that was a very serious time,
it was
very
shocking.
touch and go for the James family. And here they are together, having one of the most joyous days they've ever experienced.
It is amazing, man.
With Bronny being able to complete his goal of playing in the NBA.
Nice.
Dave, thank you so
I love
very
to
much.
see, man.
A 4:30 dinner. You know,
I like that.
Some people are into that. Dave, we appreciate that. But yeah, getting back to kind of what Stephen A. was saying, I think that given what Dave said, gathering, celebrating, I can only imagine how emotional that was. You do have to take into account what this looks like now for LeBron, and he has a lot to contemplate.
Well, what is a parent, what is any stronger, what pulls at you more than your children? I don't think anything. I don't think anything in the world matters to a parent more than their child. And so to go through a season with your son, I'm imagining no one's ever really, there's no blueprint for that. I don't know that anybody's ever done that. So there will be some amazing highs and there will be some lows. And I guess, I mean, I've never seen somebody navigate stardom maybe as well as LeBron James did. It has, from 18 years old, with the expectations that he has wielded and borne and stood up to being an ambassador for the NBA as well as he has. If anybody can do it, it's him. But even the most peaceful people, even the most measured people, when you talk about their family, that's hard. And it's emotional. But that's okay, that's life. I would hope that the people like you, Stephen A., who are unbelievably powerful in the media, you are doing the right, I think you are saying the right things. But there are going to be people that take an approach that is not measured and attack this to try to get attention. Because LeBron's been dealing with that his whole life, though. I mean, people come at him to elevate themselves, and he's managed it as well as anybody ever could.
Well, look, go ahead, Woj.
I need a drink of water.
Okay, I got you covered.
He's emotional.
I got you covered. I'm not emotional. I got you covered.
I
Let me say this.
Hey,
Let me say
y'all get your water out.
One time, time out.
I did it. I swear I did it.
Woj, the one time he deferred, you weren't ready. The one time.
No, I didn't know.
When you play with Stephen A., you're not expecting
the pass. Yeah.
Right. You didn't expect the ball.
He doesn't pass. One time.
I was just trying to go to the
Hey,
offensive board.
We were trying to box out for us, Stephen A.
I got my bad. My bad. Listen, here's the deal. When you look at LeBron, it's going to be an incredible challenge because there are so many times over the years he's been so adroit, so exceptionally so at biting his tongue. And you know, Bob, you bring up a very valid point. It's one thing to do that for yourself. How you gonna do that if somebody's coming after your son? And that's where the Lakers are going to have to step in and be very, very mindful and cognizant of it and responsible for it. Now, we could say what we want about the Lakers organization and debate stuff back and forth in terms of some decisions that may have been made and not made over the last decade or so or what have you. But the one thing we can consistently give them credit for is they go out of their way as an organization to protect their own. They do that.
True.
And so This is going to be a very unique challenge for the organization.
Okay.
As you facilitate the growth, the tutelage, the development of a Bronny James. But if anybody as an organization is equipped to handle it, because they pride themselves on being family-like, it's the Los Angeles Lakers franchise, in my opinion.
And JJ Redick, who has, as a coach, already sort of taken the position that he believes that part of his job is to protect, and that is going to be on display in this situation. Hey, Magic Johnson, he tweeted about Bronny James headed to the Los Angeles Lakers, but now that the 2024
Magic Johnson tweeted about Bronny.
As you can see here,
he says, congratulations to Bronny James on being drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. This is a historic moment because LeBron and Bronny are the first father and son duo to play in the NBA at the same time and on the same team. Watching Bronny suit up for the Lakers during Summer League in... Hey, man.
He says congratulations to Bronny James on being drafted by the Lakers. A historic moment.
Clap it up for Bronny, man.
Father-son duo. Watching Bronny suit up for the Lakers during Summer League in... Who knows? It's magical what he said the last couple of... He's looking forward to seeing that.
Hey, man, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a sub below and like the video. Hey, without further ado, y'all take it easy. Hey, man, one time.